Yo, what's up everybody? We are back with another video. We're actually in the Diecast room today. I wanted to do something a little bit different this time, and I wanted to go through some of our favorite stuff in the collection. Now, all of the stuff that we have here is my favorite. That's why we've added it to the collection, but I've dug a little bit deeper, snagged out a few things in the collection. And guys, the Diecast room is a disaster right now, so do not judge, but I thought it'd be kind of fun to go over some of our favorite stuff. But first, have you guys made sure to enter our weekly giveaway? If you guys go ahead and click the link above right here, watch the YouTube short, click the thumbs up, leave a comment that says enter, and if you guys haven't yet, you know you got to hit that subscribe button. We will be giving an entire Fast and Furious premium set away, 100% free to you guys. All you have to simply do is leave a comment that says enter in the YouTube short linked above. First things first, we went to the store this morning and Karmen found this awesome dually Chevy hauler set with a flatbed trailer and a C10 on the back of it. This thing is beautiful. I also swung by a Dollar Tree this week and actually found two of the exclusives. Now, you can see here we have the mod rod. This is a lot like the one that came out in a previous case from the art cars, but this is a Dollar Tree exclusive mod rod. I thought it was pretty cool. We also found 15 Jaguar F-Type. This is also a Dollar Tree exclusive, so stay tuned. These will be included in an amazing giveaway. And guys, I've been stockpiling stuff for the 10,000 subscriber giveaway. It is absolutely insane. It's got to be one of the biggest giveaways ever on YouTube as far as Diecast goes. I'm going to be doing a video sometime soon revealing some of the prizes, and it is just absolutely insane. I don't even know how we will ever top this, but we are on our way to 10K, and with your guys' help, we will get there together. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go. I ain't the first with the curse, with the thirst that I wanna be better, not worse. Man, it hurts. I'm on this earth with my words.
Now, before we dive into some of the favorites in the collection, we found another Honda Accord hauler, as you guys saw in the last video, and I wanted to go ahead and do an unboxing with you guys. This thing is beautiful, and I just wanted to go ahead and crack this baby open with you guys. So we are going to go ahead and crack the blister and pull this thing out. Man, look at that thing, guys. This thing is awesome. I love the livery. The Castrol livery is fire. I love the hauler. This is one of my favorite haulers from the Team Transport. The car is really, really clean. A nice premium from Mattel here. Metal base, real rider tires. Lots of detail in the front, the rear, the side. Like I said, the livery on this thing is amazing. This is a very nice diecast. The car is right-hand drive. I love the bright green on this thing. The bright green wheels, the spoiler. This thing looks awesome. Very nice hauler. Looks really good with this livery on it. You can see there it has the tire rack in the front. The flatbed actually slides back, and it also tilts down like this, so you can actually put it on a good display like that, like it's getting winched up. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments of the Honda Accord hauler. Are you guys picking it up? Have you guys been lucky enough to find it? Are you guys looking for it? Would you guys pick it up? Or are you guys just gonna leave it? Let me know down in the comments. I think this thing is amazing. All right, guys, so let's dive on into some of my favorite stuff in our collection this far. First up is something amazing that Karmen got me for Christmas. It is the Amazon exclusive Fast and Furious premium box set. Now, this thing almost does no good to leave boxed. Of course, we've carefully opened the box to pull the diecast cars out to put them in the loosies. First up, we have the F-150 Lightning with the Racer's Edge livery on the doors. This thing's super clean. Next up, you guys know is one of my favorites. It is actually Jesse's Volkswagen Jetta from the original film. Now, as you guys know, we actually built this car at our shop, Nitro Autolab. So this thing is by far one of my favorite diecasts ever. Metal base, real rider tires, lots of details. I love this thing. It's got the roll bar inside. I really wish they would have done that red. I just don't want to customize this. I want to leave it alone. This thing is beautiful. Next up is Vince's Nissan Maxima. Now, this was one of the newer castings from 2023. We have a couple of these in the collection and a couple loosies in the collection as well. I think they've done a pretty decent job on this car. A lot of people did not really like it, saying that they might have copied a casting from, I believe, the Impala or something. But I think this thing is pretty darn sweet. This is pretty much the whole set from the roll-up scene in the first film when they're all rolling into Toretto's Market. And Paul Walker is actually having the tuna no crust with Mia. So these are all the cars that rolled up in Toretto's Market from one of the first scenes in the original film. Now, next up, we actually have Leon's R33 Nissan Skyline GTR. Now, this thing is beautiful. It's nicknamed Big Bird. Funny story about this car is this car actually does not exist, sadly, in real life anymore. This car actually ended up getting seized by the feds because it was under 25 years of the import law, and it was seized by the feds and it was eventually crushed. So kind of a sad story on this one. If you guys are interested in more, I will leave a link up above to Craig Lieberman's video that will actually go over this car right here in detail and give it a little bit of history for you guys. Next up, we have Letty's Nissan 240SX. This thing is awesome. I would love to see this one more in some of the premium Fast and Furious waves that come out in the future. But we do have one here from the box set. Shout out to our buddy Gabriel Tremblay for saving this car. He's actually got an awesome restoration set on his channel. If you guys are interested in that, I'll leave a link above to Gabriel Tremblay's channel, and it actually goes over some of the restoration. They've taken this car, they've saved it, and they actually did a full restoration on it, and it's near completion. This thing is absolutely beautiful. Now, one of my favorite 124 scale cars, besides all the Fast and Furious cars here, is our 1970 Datsun 510 from M2. Now, this is the chase, as you can see there. It's got the chrome wheels, the chrome base, the chrome accents, the chrome bumpers, chrome interior. This thing is awesome. I think this thing is beautiful with its Willwood Racing livery, and I think this is a great addition to our collection. All right, guys, let's dive on into some of my favorite Hot Wheels in the collection. Now, of course, you can see here I have a mess. These are some of my mainline cars on the floor. We have taken one of the pegboards to the shop because we are actually taking it to a car show because we are setting up a vendor booth, and we have some Hot Wheels available there as well. So I have a huge mess going on in here. First up is one of my favorites, of course, the Fast and Furious Jetta from the first film. And you can see here, we actually got it signed by Chad Lindbergh, aka Jesse, that played Jesse in the first movie that drove this car. We actually got it signed by him at the same time we actually got our actual movie car replica that we built at the shop signed. So shout out to Chad Lindbergh for signing this car. Karmen also got this for me as a gift, so it's super sentimental to me. Not only did she get it for me, I also got it signed by the actor, and we actually built the car. So this is definitely one of my most prized possessions when it comes to anything in our diecast collection. I'd say the runner-up is actually Johnny Tran's Honda S2000. Now, Karmen also got this for me as a gift. Now, in the film, Johnny Tran races Jesse for pink slips at Race Wars, and Jesse hit the nitrous too soon. Johnny Tran said, "Too soon, Junior," hit his nitrous and blew past him, and Jesse got scared and ran off because he did not want to give up his dad's car. This is a duo I just don't think you guys can top. It's legendary, and obviously it means a lot because they are gifts from Karmen. Next up is some of the newer ones from this year. It would be the Nissan Silvia S15 from Tokyo Drift. I think this thing is a beautiful casting. We actually have it here in a Lucy, and when I unboxed this thing, I was super impressed with the paint finish. This thing is absolutely nice. It's got some good weight to it. It rolls nice, good detail. This is an awesome car. From that same set is actually the Toyota Soar. Now this thing is awesome. Same thing, guys. These cars are super underrated. We actually did an unboxing of one of these as well. Same thing. The paint finish on this thing is absolutely beautiful, and the livery looks good. Metal base, rear rider tires. This thing is awesome. Next up is actually Mia's Acura Integra. Now this car is from the first film. She actually drove this car in about 3 or 4 scenes in the movie. There were actually about 5 or 6, maybe even 7 scenes total of her driving this car in the movie. If you guys actually get the DVD and have the bonus features, you can go see some of the deleted scenes that actually featured Mia driving this car. There were at least 2, maybe even 3 scenes that were deleted from the original showing of the film that showed this car. If this car would have gotten a little more screen time, I feel like it would have been even more iconic, but nevertheless, super iconic. Of course, Mia is still in the franchise, and this is her car from the first film that her and Brian O'Connor went around driving in. Next up is actually the Toyota Supra from the end of 2023. We came across quite a few of these, but I actually think it is pretty darn cool that they put the R34 GTR livery from Too Fast, Too Furious on the Supra from the first movie. I think it was a pretty cool idea. I think they should do a little bit more of this. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Do you guys not like the traditional liveries on the cars? I thought it was actually pretty cool. I'm still looking for some of the Jada 132 scale double packs. They came out with a remix series, and I just saw yesterday that they came out with 2 more new ones. I haven't even seen the first set of them yet. So at some point I might just have to give in and buy these things online. But I think it was a pretty cool. I know a lot of people weren't quite feeling it, but I think it is pretty cool for any collection, especially a Fast and Furious collection. Next up is actually a lot similar. It is the R34 Skyline with the Supra livery on it. Once again, this is a gift from Karmen, so super sentimental. But I think this one and the Supra go super well together. I think it's super cool. I think Mattel should definitely do a few more of these. I think they should do it with the Jetta, the S2000. Jada seems to be catching on with it, and I think it's going to be kind of a thing that's going to take off for a while. I think we're going to see some more of it in the future. Now, stepping away from the Fast and Furious a little bit, we have one of my newer Boulevard finds. It's the Liberty Walk Nissan Silvia S15. It's a lot like the Mona Lisa here, but it has the Liberty Walk body kit. You can see there, super wide body. It's actually a real car in real life. If you guys want to Google it, you can actually look up real photos of this car. So this thing I think is a must for any diecast collection. Next up from a previous Boulevard release is the 96 Honda Accord. Now this was my first Honda Accord find. This thing looks great. I thought it was super cool because, of course, I think everybody's had one of those Honda Accords at some point. And you can see here, it's the exact same casting that we just cracked open from Team Transport. But I think I like the Castro one a little bit more. Would have been super cool to come across another one of these Boulevards so I could have cracked her open. But I think this thing is awesome. They're both right-hand drive. Next up is actually a 99 Honda Civic Type R from an older Boulevard release. This thing has the red interior, white on white CTR. This thing is amazing. Now, one thing I noticed is the Florida man actually was taking a look at one of these recently, and he realized that it didn't say Type R on the back of the hatch. And I was like, what? No way. And I came running in my diecast room and pulled this car out, and I could not believe my eyes. He was absolutely right. It doesn't even say Type R on the back of the hatch. That is a super disappointment from Mattel. When you have a Type R, it is absolutely necessary to have the Type R logoing on it. And all this thing has is the red badges. Doesn't even say Type R on the rear quarter panel. But nevertheless, this thing is an awesome car. One of my other favorites is the EG Honda Civic. Now, I had one of these cars for about a decade that I daily drove. Had a little JDM D15B VTEC swap in it. I added a clutch, a flywheel, intake header, exhaust, and I put a 75 wet shot of nitrous on it, and the thing ripped. It was so much fun. So, of course, I had to have one of these in the collection, and it means a lot to me. One of my favorite things about this car is the livery, this Spoon Sports livery. Super traditional, super iconic. This thing is awesome. I love the amber corners. I love the Spoon front lip it has. The wheels look good on it. This thing looks great. Now, stepping away from the premium cars here, one of my favorites from Hot Wheels is actually the Fast and Furious R34 Nissan Skyline monster truck. Now, this thing is pretty slept on, in my opinion. If you actually look at the body is basically a premium Hot Wheels car. It's got all the details you need. Super nice paint. This thing looks great. I'm kind of curious if you could swap this onto a mainline base, but I'm not really sure. It would be pretty cool to crack one of these open, but I think these are pretty slept on. Now, to follow that up, we actually have another monster truck. Now, this was my first treasure hunt monster truck find. As you can see there, you can see the flame on the back window. We just found this pretty recently. I think one of the indicators for the treasure hunts on the monster trucks is the red line tires there. You can see there. This thing was super cool. I actually like Jurassic Park a lot. You can see there we got some Jurassic Park stuff. So I definitely had to get one of these. Even if it wasn't a treasure hunt, I would have definitely swooped one of these. I'm actually looking for the other Jurassic Park monster truck as well. Have not come across it. I'm not sure. Do you guys know if there's treasure hunts in every wave of monster trucks, or is it just some? Because I have been looking ever since I found this, and I haven't found another one of these, and I haven't found any more with the red line on the tires. And so let me know down in the comments, what is the current treasure hunt for the monster truck, and is there any more treasure hunts for the monster trucks out there? We want to know, because these are actually pretty fun to look for, because there's usually a pretty good stock of these monster trucks at a lot of the stores, so they're pretty fun to look at and look through. And there's usually some pretty cool ones like the Jurassic Park and the Fast and the Furious. And the moment you guys have all been probably waiting for, let's go over some of our super treasure hunts. Now, my favorite super treasure hunt ever is probably the first one that Karmen and I have ever found. It is the 82 Toyota Supra. Now, Karmen and I went to the store midday, looked through the most run-down dump bin we've ever seen. This is when we were pretty new at hunting Hot Wheels, and we were just kind of learning what treasure hunts were. And I came across the Jeep Cherokee treasure hunt, and I also came across this Supra. Now, I knew people were posting the Supra at the time, and I picked it up and I was like, well, it's shiny and it's got like real nice tires. And I looked and I saw the gold flame, and I was like, wow, we just found a treasure hunt. But I had no idea at the time what a super treasure hunt was versus a treasure hunt. So this was kind of my learning of that. But anyways, we came across this 82 Toyota Supra in the most run down dump bin ever. It was all timing, guys. This was literally midday. I bet had so many hunters had been through earlier and after us. We just happened to catch it at the right time. It doesn't matter when you go, because you never know when they're just going to toss a box out. You just never know, guys. So the most important thing is to just stay consistent. And if you find one, you find one. If you don't, you don't. But you never know, because this thing just came to us pretty much right away early on, and we didn't even know what it was. But anyways, we found this one together, so it's definitely one of my favorites in the collection. This thing is beautiful. Next up was my second super treasure hunt find. I found this thing bright and early out of Fred Meyer before work. It is the Renault Sport RS01, and I was just looking through the pegs. It looked pretty fresh, and boom, this thing was about 3 or 4 cars in, and as soon as I saw that shiny red paint, I knew it was a super. Pulled it out and was super pumped to find another super treasure hunt. You can't really quite see it, but it's there, I swear. But this thing is beautiful. Now, for my third super treasure hunt, Karmen actually got this thing for my birthday. It is the 1968 Mazda Cosmo Sport. This thing is awesome. This thing definitely dodged me out in the wild. We came across so many main lines of these, and never once did we find a super. She got this secondhand. She bought this from a friend for my birthday and surprised me with it. This thing is awesome. Now, our fourth super treasure hunt actually came to us from a subscriber, so shout out to our buddy Lightspeed Steve. He sent us a extra Ford Escort RS 2000 and one of my favorite freaking colors. This thing looks so cool in green. We've never come across one of these in the wild. Of course, we saw a lot of the main lines, but I would have loved to have found one of these in the wild. Now, for our fifth treasure hunt, we actually found the 89 Mercedes-Benz 560 AMG. Now, this is definitely one of the nicer supers from this year for sure. This was an awesome one. I just happened to hit Walmart right when they were stocking. There was an employee there, had about 10 cases. There was a couple other collectors, and the guy was super cool, so he was just slicing the boxes open, putting them on the pegs, and boom, we hit multiple supers right away. I grabbed this and a treasure hunt, and I was out. And for our sixth treasure hunt, we actually found the same Mercedes. I don't know if you guys remember, in a few videos ago, we actually found a few cars that were stuck up high on one of the shelves, and there was a collector that kind of like butted me out of the way. It was kind of like I was looking through the cars, and it was a very small section, and he just kind of barged in, and I was like, whoa, okay, whatever, I'll come back. And when I was walking away, I had noticed a bunch of cars stacked up on the top shelf, and I said to Karmen, I was like, I'm gonna come back once he's leaving, and I'm gonna go through those cars up there. And he left, I came back, and my second pull of like 3 or 4 cars down, I got the first treasure hunt, and then boom, there it was. I found the Super. So super pumped. So I have a Mercedes in the collection, and Karmen has a Mercedes Super in the collection. So definitely pretty cool. We have a couple of these in our collection. Now, next up isn't actually a Super, but considered a chase by Mattel and many others, is the 67 Camaro from the Vintage Racing Club. Now, this one definitely took me a while to find. I didn't even think I was ever going to find it. I had found 5 of the 6 cars, but I never came across the Camaro. And then one day, it was just hanging there on the pegs at Fred Meyer, and picked it up. I would love to have come across a second one of these because the hood actually opens. This thing is awesome. If it just had some Real Rider tires, this thing would be even better. Last but not least is one of our newest cars. It is the Porsche 356 Outlaw. Now, this was a Kroger exclusive mail-in. When you bought $20 worth of cars, you could send in your receipts and your cards and actually get one of these. Now, it wasn't really a free car because by the time you were done, you spent about $40 to get this car. Basically, like a super treasure hunt, this thing is awesome. Now, one thing that we don't have yet is the RLC exclusive Midnight Purple 2 Nissan Skyline R34 GTR that is on its way. I have not received an update from Mattel yet, but we were lucky enough to get one. So as soon as I get that thing, guys, I'll be so excited to show you guys. I want to do something a little bit different today. Karmen and I are actually getting ready to leave to Hawaii. We'll be gone for a week. You know, I'll definitely be checking a couple stores when I get a moment. See if we can find anything over there. I'm sure we'll be taking a little bit of video as well. So at some point, you guys will see some stuff from Hawaii. So I appreciate you guys all watching the videos, tuning in, supporting the channel, commenting, joining our giveaways. Super appreciate it, guys. And if you guys haven't yet, make sure you guys go enter our weekly giveaway. We'll be going live in 2 weeks on Monday, July 1st. So make sure you guys tune in. We are giving away an entire Fast and the Furious premium set to one lucky winner, 100% free. We're going to keep this thing going. If you guys can, please click the thumbs up on this video. Let us know what you think of the collection down below in the comments. And if you guys haven't yet, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you on the next one.
Ooh, like LeBron, though, or like Lonzo. Ooh, I'm a baller, yeah, shot caller, yeah. They love me, you can't touch me, nah, can't.